What's up, all my fine girls? No Pimple is Whit here again with another video. So you guys, I am back here with a makeup video. My past 3 videos have all been fragrance related, so I was like, I gotta come back. You know, my channel started off with, you know, being a beauty channel, and you know, I am trying to incorporate more fragrance into it and, you know, kind of sticking with the trends. So yes, you guys, as you can see by the title and by the thumbnail, I am going to be reviewing the new Mirage palette by Alter Ego. So by the time this video goes live, they should have already done the reveal, and I believe this is going to be available for purchase October 5th. So this is what the palette looks like. So as you guys know, Alter Ego, as the name states, it's a brand that is known to duplicate really popular eyeshadow palettes. So this right here apparently is a dupe for the the Huda Beauty Empowered palette, which I didn't even know was out. Like, I was like, this looks like, is this the chocolate palette by, or that nude palette by Huda Beauty? But then I saw this on Sephora's website, well, the Huda one, and I was like, oh, okay, I think they're replicating that. And then also I noticed that it looks like these right here, I like, y'all, up until today that I'm recording this, like, I did not even look at this palette. I was just like, I know I'm gonna record with them, I'm gonna do a first impression. So these two right here look to be like some type of gel liner. Let me hold it this way so you guys can see it, because I thought it was gonna be like a black and a dark brown eyeshadow. I was like, oh yes, now we're, you know, we're on to some things. So no, it's not. These are gel liners, but I do want to test them out. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes. I'm gonna use the Makeup Revolution, the eyeshadow primer in medium. Yes, medium is what I have. Let me go ahead and scoot in a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes, and then I'll be back so that way we can get into this palette, because I'm actually very excited for this one. Alter Ego has put out some other releases, and they just weren't really my vibe. They were just a little too light. You guys already know, if you've been watching my channel for some time, I like my shadows to have some, you know, dark colors in the palette. So yes, I'm actually very excited to use this palette. So let me stop talking. Let me go ahead and prime my eyes and I'll be back. Okay, so my eyes have been primed. So today I just really want to do like a really pretty soft glam eye look, which, I mean, that's all I can do with this palette. So I want to do a mixture of some mattes, some shimmers, and also play around with this black gel liner. So I think what I'm going to do first is, where's my brush? All right, I'm going to take this blending brush just right here. Should be the Morphe M503, I believe. And I want to first start off with this shade right here. Hold on, let it focus. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna start off with the shade right here called Wander, or is it Wonder? No, Wander. Wander is with the A sound, and then Wonder is like, oh, I wonder who did that with the O sound. Oh, with the O. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start by putting this in my crease. Okay, so far I like this. I like this. It's applying, it's blending. I've never really had an issue with Alter Ego shadows. That's never been an issue. All right, so I think I like the way this is applied on, and I just want to deepen that up a little bit. So I'm going to take this shade right here called Blush, or sorry, this is called Bush. So I was like, that, it's an interesting name for a color, that color. So I'm just, ooh, yes, this is just the right amount of pigment that I needed, yes. By the way, I don't think I mentioned this in the beginning of the video. I kind of forgot. But the brand did send this my way. So thank you, Alter Ego, for sending this my way. And I need to look at the price of this, how much it's going to retail. But typically, Alter Ego is also affordable in their price point. And also, I do have a discount code with them. So if you were interested in this palette, using my discount code is just Whitney 10. Will save you 10% off your purchase. Okay, so I like this. I like this. So what I want to do is I want to play around with that dark brown. You know, I want to try some of these other colors. So I'm going to take this shade right here, and that is called Endless. So this shade, and I'm going to take this brush. This is a Morphe M507, and I'm just going to go ahead and, so I'm grabbing it on the side of it like this, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and place this in my outer V, and I'm patting this down to build up the pigment first. So if you ever want to build up your eyeshadow pigment, you want to pat it on, especially matte shades, and then you want to take like a blending brush, which I'm going to show you guys, and blend out the edges. Okay, so I like the way I packed that on. Now I'm going to take this Sephora brush. This is a Pro Crease Brush number 10, and I'm just going to go ahead and start to blend out the edges. I'm using this one because it's a little bit, am I out of focus? Sorry. It's a little bit smaller than my Morphe brush, so, you know, it kind of fits a little bit better in my eye shape. Just go ahead and blend out the edges of this. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to take that blending brush that I first used, and I'm going to go back into that Wander shade, that very first shade that I used, and I'm just going to apply a little bit up here to kind of like blend out some of this brown that kind of spread up just a tad bit too high. Okay, perfect. So now it's time for some shimmer. All right, so this shade looks interesting, but not like for an all over lid shade, but I want to put it somewhere on my lid. Let's see, what does this look like? Oh. Huh. Okay. Okay, that's pretty. And so I feel like if I'm gonna put that shade on, I need another shade so that way it can pop. Because I feel like if I just put that all over, you know, it will just kind of like blend in. So let me see this Cleopatra shade right here. Maybe that can be like my first shade and then it can blend into this shade. So let's see here. Let me see, how do those two? Okay, I'm just gonna try it on my eye. Let's just apply it on. So I'm taking this brush first. This is the Morphe M209. And I'm going to go into the Odyssey shade first, which is like that swirly type of shade. That shade, okay? I can't even think of the name of this. Wow, I feel so out of touch when it comes to makeup. And I'm gonna start right here because I want that Cleopatra shade to be more of a inner corner type, or not inner corner, but like the first half of my lid. All right, so this shade right here, she's pretty, but like I definitely am like digging into the pan to get this to show up. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch from pulling and I'm just gonna start by patting. This way I can like build up the pigment a little bit better and quicker, because that swiping is not working for this shimmer. So this is definitely one of those more subdued colors. Yeah, ooh, but she is pretty though. Like, I mean, once like we put everything together with this brown, like where it just blends into it. Honestly, if you really want it to be like even more like simplistic and very much more like subdued, putting this all over the lid would be really pretty. So you guys, I'm getting ready to move in the next month. And the way I'm planning like my new setup, my perfumes will no longer be in the background because I'm not doing this anymore, okay? I'm not sure what I'm gonna have in my background, but I plan on moving my perfumes into the closet because the closet is way bigger and I have like a whole plan for it. So hopefully we will no longer have to deal with, can it focus, can it focus, can it focus? Because they will be out of my background. But anyways, taking this brush right here, this is a, what is this? A Morphe 210 brush. I'm gonna go into that Cleopatra shade. Ooh, you know what would be really pretty? If there was like a lighter all matte, kind of like what I have here. Like just basically the way my eyes look, like low-key, this would be really pretty. But we're gonna take this Cleopatra shade. So I just wanna, you know, play around with these shimmers and see how this palette all works out. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this down. Now this shade is going on much easier, like much easier than that other shade. Ooh, okay. And so now I'm gonna take that same brush, the Morphe M209, I'm gonna go back into the Odyssey shade and I'm gonna apply a little bit more on so that way I can kind of like merge the two colors together better. Honestly, this is a really pretty look. Just very simple, but at the same time, not simple. Well, okay then, I like that. All right, so now the part that I'm really excited for is that black gel liner. Yeah, let's see how this works. So what I'm gonna do first is I actually wanna swatch both of them. So I'm just gonna take this brush and let's just go ahead and, I don't think this is something that you need like water to activate. And I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch this on the back of my hand. Oh, okay. That did not go as planned. There we go. That's a brown. That's pretty. That is actually very pretty. Now let me go ahead and swatch that black one. And like with the way this palette is, you can low-key take this black shade and use it as a base. Like basically, if you take, okay, I'm getting all over the place. Let me first swatch this. So let's see here. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so we're gonna use this on the eye. But yeah, you guys can definitely like use the black as a base and then apply like a shimmer on top, like even this one right here, and it'll just transform the color into something different. So let me go ahead and try this on as a liner. Ooh, I mean, so far so good, because you know, I pretty much stick to my Anastasia gel liner because it does what I need to do. It's, well, I mean, I don't know how much all this stuff costs now because ever since I left Sephora, it looks like all these companies keep raising their prices. But for the most part, when I was working there, it was more on the inexpensive side compared to a lot of other brands. and it worked perfectly. And it also didn't dry out really quickly. That's why I had to switch from the Inglot, because I used to love that Inglot liner, but that thing would dry out so quickly. Okay, so far I like this. The color is good. It's not as black as my Anastasia one, but it definitely is dark. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out, because I like to give like more of like a smoked look. Actually, let me grab a little bit more and make this cut a little bit thicker. Yeah. All right, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this like that. Ooh. Okay, so this palette low-key is like a one-stop shop. I mean, it's slim enough to where you could travel with it. It pretty much has all the type of colors you would need, mattes, shimmers, and it also has the gel liner. Like, cause I'm not somebody that can actually use liquid liner. That's one thing that I'm not good at. That's why I use gel liner. I cannot do liquid liner and do a wing liner to save my life. Like, I just can't. Like, it's not my thing. So yeah, and I also like the fact that it has that dark brown in there, because if you're somebody that, you know, black's a little too harsh on you, especially if you're more fair in skin tone and you feel like sometimes black can just be a little too harsh for like an everyday look, that dark brown could definitely look a little bit more, you know, more everyday like on someone who's of a fair skin tone. Okay, so this is the eye look. She's not too bad. Like, I actually do like this. I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna do the rest of my face, and then I'll be back to give you guys my final thoughts on this entire palette and, you know, all that good stuff. So I'll be back shortly. All right, you guys, so I am back and this is the completed look, okay? And I mean, the eyeshadow's popping, okay? Okay, she is popping. So let's go ahead and talk about this palette. So this palette comes with, what's this, 3 times 6? So it comes with 18 shades. Well, really 16 shades, because 2 of them are gel liners. This palette is going to be retailing for $24, and it should be available for purchase October 5th. Like I told you guys, I do have a discount code. It's going to be Whitney 10, and it'll save you 10% off. So let's talk about this palette. So based off the shades that I use, I like it, okay? The mattes were matting. I used 1, 2, 3. I use those 3 matte shades, and I use these 2 shimmers, and I use that black gel liner. And I mean, I like it. Like, I really do. Like, this is a palette that I definitely want to pull out. I mean, I'm happy there is a black gel liner in here, because it is useful. But you guys already know what I'm going to say. They didn't have to put a black shadow in here. I would say they didn't have to put a black shadow in here. But granted, this also is a replica. Okay. Well, this is technically a replica or a dupe for the Empowered by Huda Beauty. But going back to Huda Beauty and even this, one thing I would say that I would have loved had they added, instead of giving like some of these more like shades, I would have just loved like a deeper brown, almost like a blackened brown. That would have been perfect. Literally would have been perfect. But I mean, overall, the palette is gorgeous. I like it. I like the way my eyeshadow came out. I mean, I feel like the shadows blend very well. Also, the gel liner surprised me, because y'all, look at this. Like, I mean, she looks good. So, I mean, I would definitely recommend this. Comment down below if you plan on picking this up. Are you still into buying eyeshadow palettes? Do you still buy palettes? Do y'all still watch makeup videos? I mean, I'm pretty sure people still do, because people are watching this. But I would definitely say my algorithm on YouTube, the videos that I personally watch, are a bunch of like housewives commentary and fragrance videos. So I'm not really too hip on what's going on the beauty side, because like I literally don't even watch videos about that. But yes, you know, I had to come back and give you guys a little 1-2-1-2, because that's where I started from, you know. And I mean, I do have another video planned. I feel like I'm going off a tangent. But anyways, you guys, that is that with today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I will talk to you beauties later. Bye.